fight for what's right, and I got to get out there. And I mean, when were you out there protesting?
Well, I was in a stroller. I was in a stroller, and so I was out there. And in fact, my mother used to have a very funny story about I was fussing, and she said, "Kamala, what do you want?" And I said, and this is how she would say it, and she said, "Kamala, what do you want?" And I said, "Freedom."
No. Oh, come on.
It was a much cuter story when she would tell it, but that's the story.
Okay. In January 1965, Martin Luther King gave an interview to Playboy magazine. The quote is as follows. "I never will forget," this is MLK, "I never will forget a moment in Birmingham when a white policeman accosted a little Negro girl, 7 or 8 years old, who was walking in a demonstration with her mother. 'What do you want?' the policeman asked her gruffly, and the little girl looked him straight in the eye and answered, 'Freedom.' She couldn't even pronounce it, but she knew it was beautiful. I mean, it's almost word for word. That looked me right in the eyes. 'What do you want?' Couldn't pronounce it, and I said, 'Freedom.'" I'm calling bullshit on it. I don't believe her.
Yeah, Barry Wise was one of the ones that pointed out. A lot of people on X or Twitter at the time sort of called her out on that. What's funny about that story is that when she told it to Elle magazine, she told the story about how she had fallen out of the stroller and her parents went on without her. And then later, for her vice presidential nomination speech, she changed the story to, "I went to protest strapped tightly in my stroller," and sort of left the falling out of the stroller part out entirely. But yeah, I think a lot of people are right to call out this moment. Yeah, that little girl appears to, that little girl was me.
She's stolen somebody else's story. That's how it sounds. She stole the story from the MLK interview, inserted herself into it to make herself sound like she had some greater purpose and knew it right from a young age. And honestly, like, if a white person had done this, can you imagine the blowback? It doesn't make it any better that she did it. It's not her story. It's obviously not her story.